Kaixo, ni Fiona naiz, Eskoziakoa naiz eta Bilbon bizi naiz. Eta Celtic zale.
Well, we started the Bilbao Boys CSC in 2019 in the Wicklow Bar. And obviously that was just before the pandemic, so from there, after that lull, we decided to then look for a new place, and we thought it was good to come here.
I mean, I think it's a more central location, so it's a lot easier for people to... Plaza Nueva is iconic in Bilbao as well. A lot of people know it. It's easy for people to get places to get to, but and what we wanted to do was integrate ourselves a wee bit more with the Basque community and make ourselves open to anyone who wants to come along and join, because it's part of the ethos of the club, you know, that anyone's welcome.
I would say that we have, the majority of them are Celtic fans, and then we have Basques who come along for the games. I've actually met some friends through this, some Basque friends through them arriving to watch games with us, and normally we celebrate because Celtic tend to win a lot, but there is a mixture of Basques, mostly Celtic fans, and sometimes there's not even anyone and it's just me and one other person, but the bar have been very accommodating, and we chose Bar Negresco and Plaza Nueva. You can see it's very nice because of they just offered us this, and it was just the perfect idea. Pinchos, Chacoli, Basque beer, and yeah.
But it's, as always, we're very welcoming, we're very open, and we welcome it with open arms. I think for me personally, it's quite historic. I've been here for 6 years. I think Tony, you've been here as well, similar time. And we're quite integrated. You know, we've got half of us is Celtic, but also well integrated into the Basque community. And it's something, you know, that happens maybe once in your lifetime. You know, this culture that we've obviously loved because we live here and we've chosen to live here, that we love, that we get a chance to show Celtic what the Basque country's all about, and also for people in the Basque country to know where we're coming from, and when they see the flag here on match day, that they'll maybe have an idea of what's... So to be able to have that opportunity to see the two clubs that you're kind of supporting together to play together, I think it's something really special. And I think the fact it's in Celtic Park as well, which I think for us as Celtic fans is like, you know, you can't find a better place to play football. It's quite significant as well.
I would say for me that being a mad Celtic fan and also now an Athletic fan, telling all my Basque family here and my Basque friends here and my Basque students here about Celtic and the opportunity to play Athletic, and then obviously an opportunity to show my family in Scotland and my friends in Scotland an opportunity to see Athletic and bring them both together. I've only been in Bilbao for 4 years, but it was nice to see Orbaiz with Anthony Stokes putting the flowers down at Pichichi. It was a really nice moment, and I think that was like where the bond between the Celtic and Athletic. You see the photos from that day, and they're together sharing scarves and all. Yeah, I think I want to say that was the beginning of a kind of a friendship between Celtic and Athletic. I see Celtic shirts on a kind of a weekly basis here in Bilbao, whether it's in my students who turn up with it, which happens, they just turn up wearing a Celtic shirt around the city. I think the bond was started in 2011 in that friendly in the old San Mamés. Obviously we had the friendly in 2011, and we also flew the Coruña in 1982 above Celtic Park when we welcomed La Real Sociedad to Celtic Park. But obviously the other connection would be that Athletic presented Billy McNeill, who sadly passed away just before that, with the One Man Club Awards. And it was a really special moment, really fantastic to see. It was before I arrived, and just to see the reaction that John Clark, who was accepting the award on behalf of Billy McNeill, got, and then you saw the photos of Iribar and all these Athletic legends at Celtic Park as well, was just kind of brought us together. And as I said before, there is definitely a connection between Celtic and Athletic, and Celtic in the Basque Country.
I think for both clubs, the club represents an identity of sorts, and it's a way of maintaining and looking after culture. It's like a meeting place for people who want to promote and maintain that culture and keep close to their culture. Certainly from a Celtic point of view, it's the one thing in the community that represents your heritage, that's been passed down from generation to generation. You know, it's something that you get from your parents and your grandparents, and it's a sense of this is who I am. You know, it's more than just the game of football. It's about the people that you sit beside in the stands. It's about the pre-match walk to the stadium and the post-match celebrations. It's all encompassing. And I think that's something that I see here in Bilbao.
Celtic is a cult club, Athletic are a cult club. The fans are crazy for their club, they're loyal, they're devout, it's a way of life. I think, like Fiona said, with Celtic you're born into it. I was born, I had no choice. I did no choice. My father was like, that's it. And I know with Athletic it's like that. It's very, the fans are crazy for their club, and for me that's something I fell in love with when I moved to Bilbao, and it's one of the reasons why when I moved here I saw it immediately, and for me that was it. Very similar to Celtic.
Now as well.
Yeah.
I love on match days, and you see, you know, the older people sitting in their strips, and you also see the younger children coming to school all on their strips as well. It's all encompassing for people, and I think that's something that's really strong, that sense of identity, more than anything. And for me, having the opportunity to experience that here in Bilbao is amazing. Like I said before, the children come to school with their athletic strips on the day of the match, flags outside all the bars. It's a coming together, everyone's joined in that sort of common purpose. And for me it's kind of refreshing coming from Glasgow, where you have that division, where it's just something we've never had to experience before. And I think it's a lovely focal point for the community, really. It's the passion, isn't it, that comes through, that you just understand it. I think that it means that there's an understanding between the clubs when you have that shared kind of meaning about what the club is for you.
I can't say everything because then I would need to change to Athletic full time, but I just love the identity, the culture. I love walking around Bilbao, as Fiona said, and everywhere you go, you'll see something from Athletic. It's a bar or a bakery or someone's wearing something, it just feels like that. It's a very special place, very special city, very special club.
I think you can see as well that the club is a big part of the community.
Yeah,
you can see a lot of the
100%.
things that the players are involved in, that the club's involved in promoting football or promoting within the community. And I think that's quite important, that link that they have, both the players and the coaching staff and everyone at Athletic with the community.
James Forrest has been at Celtic for 19 years. He's a one-club man to this point. He has a contract for a few years. And if we were going to directly compare him with anyone at Athletic, I would choose Iker Muniain, because Muniain has been at Athletic for over 15 years. He's not from Bilbao or Vizcaya, he's from Navarra. James Forrest is not from Glasgow, he's from the outer parts, far away from Glasgow. But both of them were born fans of their club, both of them were at their club for the majority of their careers. Both of them are fans of their club, which is equally important as anything. And it's just a really special thing to have a player who's been there for his whole career, said no to offers from the Premier League and more money, just because he's a Celtic fan and he understands what it's about.
Especially now when money's such a big thing in football these days, and we're seeing a lot of people being attracted by big clubs with big offers. And I know James Forrest has had some offers, in his time, but he's chosen to stick with the club. And I think this testimonial is an opportunity for us as fans to celebrate that to show that appreciation. That means something to us. I think they'll be received very, very well by the Celtic fans. I think Glasgow as a city itself is very, very special. There's a great atmosphere around the city. It's a very sociable city. There's music, there's dance, there's lots going on in Glasgow. I think the city itself will love it, and at Celtic Park.
Yeah, totally agree. I think that they can expect a city quite similar to Bilbao in the fact that it's very industrial.
Yeah.
Has a river running through it, has a lot of culture, a lot of soul. The people are genuine, lots of alcohol, songs, a warm welcome in cold weather.
And I think, we're obviously a club with Irish heritage, based in Scotland. If you think about the size of the Irish diaspora, even the Scottish diaspora, we have this saying that no matter where you go in the world, there'll be someone with a Celtic strip there, and it's true. They're everywhere.
Seen them everywhere.
I think, like, throughout our history, we've always been global. We've always been everywhere. I think, we're just back from a tour in Japan. Last year we did Australia as well in the pre-season, which is great. And you can see when we've been there how many people turn up to the open trainings, how many people turn up to the kit launches and signings. I think it's always been there, the fan base. So I don't think it's maybe going to change anything too much.
And you'll see the Icorinha flying above Celtic Park next week, and you'll see the Icorinha flying in the stadium on a regular basis. And yeah, we're just very happy that Celtic and Athletic have this bond, and we created this supporters club to invite more to just spread the word and have a home away from home, but also have some athletics.
Goeie Joan, goede dunia, vandaag je marst. Céir Celtic agus Aqua Athletic.